Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about some of the price action. We obviously had a pretty crazy day yesterday. Right after I made that video, market opened, everything dumped, and the market makers were taking out more liquidity. I had this purple line on my chart showing basically a liquidity zone. They swept it right into there with the FOMC meeting and right back out. Obviously, everything was as expected for the FOMC meeting. So when you see the price dumping insanely like this, you can pretty much assume that we just have market makers doing this to you. So if we go to liquidation, oops, that's not what I wanted. Liquidation heat map, you can see that they took some of that. We'll use Binance here as an example. Bitcoin 24-hour. You can see here we go. Boom. They took out all this liquidity. There is still some liquidity down here because a bunch of people hit the long button. So I think short term we do have a potential to come down and hit this 114.340. Now this would be good for a couple of reasons, because there's also a CME gap down there. If we go to BTC1 exclamation point, actually we did take some of this the other day. So if I unlock this, we did take some of this, you can see. So we have a little bit of a gap down to about 114.380. You can see that we have the gap back here from Thursday, almost, what was that, 2.5 weeks ago. So we do have a potential of coming down there. Now, that doesn't mean we have to, because we did sweep a lot of liquidity in that event. We could also go up, run up into new all-time highs. And then we could even come back all the way down here in like mid-August. It's almost August now. We could come down here at a later time to fill these gaps. They don't always get filled, but most of the time they do get filled. So just keep an open eye on that. Be careful with leverage. If you do want to open any leverage trades, I do have some links below. I use Bitunix. That is my favorite exchange. So I'll kind of just show you what I got going on right now. I got some longs that I went in those spills, and those are all in the profits right now. I do have some other trades that are underwater, but I am expecting the overall direction to be up. So I'm not too worried about that. I think, as long as you don't have a liquidation level that's very close, easy to hit, I think you should still be able to, get these out in the profit. So I still am expecting us to break out of this to the upside, and I am expecting a new all-time high of around 130 for just the next push. 128, 130, somewhere in there. We could even see a push all the way up to about 150, which would be a nice little push from here, about 27%. We have constant treasury companies. I think Robinhood just announced a treasury. I saw a notification on my phone. I'm in one of those Telegram chats that goes through all the treasury notifications. So there's a lot of them every single day, all sorts of companies. I have been opening a lot of trades on these treasury companies. And what do we got going on here? I don't have my right indicator, so let's fix this. I've been trying some new indicators as well. This Better Trader indicator set, I have been trying that one out. We'll see how I like this one here. But if we go to the daily here, you can see on like Luxfolio, there's a bunch of these. Now, I trade these on BTCC, so I have an affiliate link below too if you want to try that out. The affiliate links help me out and they help you guys out. They give you some discounted fees. But I can also trade on, these are stocks, right? So you can trade them on Fidelity or whatever. But we had a pretty crazy day yesterday. We had tariffs coming in, which kind of smashed the price of copper. Look at copper. Oh man, it's going even lower after that. So copper's going lower. I did buy some at about $28.30 because I saw this massive wick down. Look at this copper wick. It's insane. Also, I need to fix my indicator because I'm just trying some new indicators, as I said. But you can see we had some crazy things happen. We had tariffs, we had FOMC. So, market makers took that opportunity to dump on everyone. We'll see what happens at open. Lately, when the New York Stock Exchange opens and, all of these Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs open, usually what's happening is the price is just selling off almost every day during this time. So if we go to 9:30, where's 9:30? 9:30 yesterday. This one we actually went up and then straight down. Back here, 9 o'clock, we went straight down. So the overall direction is just dumping when the New York Stock Exchange opens. But then near the end of the day, sometimes we're just pumping right back up. So A lot of volatility, which is good. If we also open up, if I like clear everything out, let me go to a different one. If I clear out everything and show nothing, and then all I do is add the Bollinger Bands, and I just add this on here, you can see these are starting to really get pretty small here. If I go to the daily, you can see they're really starting to squeeze the Bollinger Bands. And you can see when that happens, there's usually a big move to the up or downside. Again, we could dump, but I still am thinking that we're going to pump. You can see we had it squeezing down here, pump, squeezing, pump, squeezing right about here, a mini dump. So there's a lot of volatility when you see this squeeze happening. These are really squeezing. Like, I don't know that. I mean, that almost goes all the way back down to like here. I think there's a Bollinger Band, Bollinger Band width, I think is what it's called. Yeah, here we go. So there's another indicator you can use. You can see it is at the lowest level it's been since pretty much March of 2025, or even all the way back to August of 2023. You can see the price swung down and then straight back up. So this is another thing you can use here as a kind of an indicator looking for a breakout. Now we could break out to the downside, which would mean we could maybe come down and retest this. So we could hit a drop and then a pump, but I think overall we're going to have a big pump into the end of the year. There might be a pullback into August or something like that, but I think we're still going to be hitting much higher targets. Again, if you haven't watched the channel before, I am expecting a price of around 218,000. This is just from the logarithmic chart and some bands that I've been watching. So, you know, we're back above this and we're heading towards this. And then I think we'll see a bear market. Some people say no bear market, but I still think we are going to see a pretty big bear market. Bitcoin dominance is dropping again. So we're almost just kind of making, you know, a continuation flag here, a isometric flag, right? There's a lot of different names for these, but you can see we got something like this going on, which is usually a continuation pattern, can be a continuation pattern. So we'll see what happens here. I am still thinking that Bitcoin dominance is going to break down overall. We could sweep the high, which would be really painful for our alts. It's really hard to tell, but alts right now are looking great. You know, as long as Bitcoin doesn't have some massive dumps, I think altcoins will hold up like crazy. You can see that the dominance of all these coins is going up. So, you know, ETH dominance still trending higher. It's slowing down a little bit, but it's still trending higher. XRP dominance went up a little bit. Solana dominance is below the bull market support bands, but heading back up. Litecoin dominance, it is rejected off the bull market support band right now. But if we do look at Litecoin, it did go back down today. So it was, hold on, let me get rid of this indicator. It was looking like it wanted to double bottom and pump again. It is retracing a little bit. So if we see another pump from Litecoin, I would expect this to go up pretty high because it does look like we're trying to double bottom on Ethereum. Remember, measure your altcoin strength in Ethereum because Ethereum is definitely leading the market for this phase of the cycle. You can see though, total is up 0.9%, others is up 3%. So a big jump for others. We did retest this support line. So we've retested it twice. We're kind of just, you know, bouncing around in here, and we need to break through this for the others, the smaller altcoins, to pump. So others is all of the market cap minus the top 10. So that's what we're looking at here. We had the crypto report that came out. Bitcoin now starting to pull back a little bit because we hit this resistance line yet again. If you can see, if you draw a line from the top to this top right here, it goes through. We just tapped it again. So this is 1, 2, 3 taps. We might come back down. And usually the fourth tap of resistance or support, it goes through. So I'm expecting to go through this again. Maybe by the end of the week or something, we could see some nice price action. We had this crypto report that came out from the White House yesterday, and it mentions all sorts of cryptocurrencies that, you know, they mentioned Link, and they mentioned, you know, Litecoin and Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these different cryptocurrencies. We've had a crazy amount of news going out constantly. I keep on talking about the news and then I forget to talk about the White House report that was released Wednesday. Was that yesterday? Yesterday. It was reported Wednesday. Oh my God, just the stuff on X is pretty wild. But here we go. Trade deal with South Korea yesterday. SEC listing standards. This was really important for crypto ETPs is out via new exchange filing. Bottom line, any coin that has future tracking for 6 months plus on Coinbase's derivative exchange would be approved. It's about a dozen of the usual suspects, the same ones we had over 85%. So here's what we have. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, Polkadot, SHIB, Avalanche, Chainlink, Stellar, Solana, Hedera, which is HBAR, Cardano, ADA, and XRP. So these are the most likely to get ETFs this year. Some of them are pushed now back to October, like Litecoin. October, August, September, October. Yeah, I think October at the latest. Now, the funny thing about October is it's near the end of the bull market, but I think that's going to rocket altcoin prices up to massive levels. So if you want to accumulate on spot, I do have a link below for Bitunix. I have a link below for Coinbase. So feel free to try those exchanges. Again, affiliate links help me out. They help you guys out. They give you reduced fees and all that good stuff. So feel free to support the channel. That's going to be it for the video. Again, a little bit of rejection here, so we could see a little bit of downside, but I'm expecting this to resolve to the upside, as I have said. Another thing is, if we go to the moon phases, I think I have them plotted on one of these charts here. Yeah, so right now, every time we get a bull moon here, you can see it, the price goes up a lot. And then we had a bear moon, the price pulled back, and we have another bull moon coming in about a week or so. This could propel the price up, and then I'm thinking maybe a pullback a little bit later. I still think we're going to blast up and make a new all-time high this month. I'm sorry, in August. So this month is basically over. Today's the 31st. So yeah, but a lot of altcoins are looking really good here. Bitcoin dominance is dropping yet again. For now, it's kind of just consolidating in this pattern here. So we'll see what happens. You can see we haven't seen this for a while, but let's go back to like a previous bull market real quick before I finish the video. And let's see what we did before. So we have kind of seen this where Bitcoin dominance comes down. It kind of just consolidates in an area, and then it goes back down, right? So this was right below the bull market support band and some of the moving averages. You can see right now we are below the bull market support band, which is bearish for Bitcoin dominance, and we're, you know, bouncing off of this. So if we can get below this red moving average, you can see we kind of failed to do that before, and we actually ended up coming back up. So of course that is a possibility, but we were very oversold on the RSI, so we need some time to reset for a little. We could just literally sit here for a while and then come back down, or even pop back up. But I think overall this will break to the downside, because my main indicator is that the weekly closes, if you draw some lines through all of these weekly closes, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. We have rejected off this yet again. So we could come back up, test it again. So that is another opportunity. We could just come up, retest it, make a lower high, and then dump. That would be another method for Bitcoin dominance to go down. But anyways, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to go look up the news for that crypto report that was handed out. We didn't finish liquidations. Let's just hit these really quick before I finish. But let's see what we have on like the 3-day, for example. We're starting to build up a lot up top. We do still have this down here at 115. So that would clear the gap. We could go up, clear all this up to about 121,000, and then we could dump and clear those later. So, you know, we can go either way. We don't have to clear all this. If we go to like the, I don't know, let's go to like the 3-month, really zoom out. Let's see where we have the most amount of liquidity. You can see the price does hunt this liquidity zone. So it looks like right now we do have the most amount of liquidity up. And then we could come down as much as like 106 later. Now, don't forget, we have a bear market coming in, you know, whatever, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So you can take the liquidity on the way down, right? So can we zoom out as much as like 6 months and see what we got going on here? 6 months, we'd have to go all the way down to like 80K. I think that's possible for the bear market. And then we'll go to like 1 year. What do we got going on? I mean, there's a bunch down here, but I don't think we're going down to, you know, 40K. I mean, we could hit 60K, which would be insane. That'd be very painful for a lot of people, especially these treasury companies. But anyways, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. This is the most clear view here, 3-day. So I think we're going to hit both of these in the next couple months here. A sweep to the downside first would probably be more bullish, because it'd fully reset everything. A bunch of people would short, and it would create even more liquidity up here, and it would just pump the price back up. So that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, affiliate links below, and good luck out there. See you guys.